máa bà Nàìjíríà jẹ́. Ọba tí ṣe kẹ́ ọba láàánú.
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 Ake sáwọn Haúsá àti Fúlàní.
Àti Fúlàní.
Ake sáwọn Ìgbò àti Yorùbá. Ẹ jẹ́ ká sowọ́pọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ wa ò lè dá o. Ẹ jẹ́ ká sowọ́pọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ wa ò lè dá.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká sowọ́pọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ wa ò lè dá. Ẹ jẹ́ ká sowọ́pọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ wa ò lè dá.
Ọ̀rọ̀ ẹlẹ́yàmẹ̀yà èyí tó ń lọ yìí. Ẹ jẹ́ ká fi sílẹ̀ nítorí Olúwa.
Torí Olúwa.
Nàìjíríà èmi ẹ máa jó ṣubú o.
Nàìjíríà yìí ẹ máa jọyọ̀ ní. Nàìjíríà yìí ẹ máa jọyọ̀ ní.
Nàìjíríà irun ẹ máa jó yọ̀dé o.
Nàìjíríà yìí ẹ máa jọyọ̀ ní. Nàìjíríà yìí ẹ máa jọyọ̀ ní.
Mínírà tí a gbà lọ́dọ̀ àwọn òyìnbó.
Lọ́dọ̀ àwọn òyìnbó.
Ǹjẹ́ bó ti tọ́ ni àwa ṣe ń lò ó?
Àwa ṣe ń lò ó.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká ronú wò lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí o.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká ronú wò lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ronú wò lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí.
Mínírà tí a gbà ogójì ti lé.
Ogójì ti lé.
Ìjọba ìkejìlá níbẹ̀ yìí.
Níbẹ̀ yìí.
Wọ́n méje ní ibẹ̀ wọ́n jó ní kàkí.
Ọjọ́ ní kàkí.
Wọ́n márùn-ún lóògùn wọ́n jó lóṣèlú o.
Ọjọ́ olóṣèlú.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká ronú wò lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí o.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká ronú wò lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ronú wò lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí.
Gbogbo kẹ́ Olúwa èyí tí a ní.
Èyí tí a ní.
A ní pẹtiróòlù ebi tó ń pa wá.
Ebi tún pa wá.
Ebi Nàìjíríà ń bẹ nínú OPEC. Kí ló wá ṣokùnfà ebi tí ń pa wá?
Ebi tún pa wá.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká ronú wò lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí o.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká ronú wò lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ronú wò lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí.
gbogbo ọmọ Nàìjíríà tó fẹ́ ṣèlú. ẹ jẹ́ lọ ronú ọ̀rọ̀ tó kàn yín o. ẹ má ṣe tẹ̀jẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹ má ṣe sùnlé o. ẹ má ṣe tẹ̀jẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹ má ṣe sùnlé. ẹ má ṣe tẹ̀jẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹ má ṣe sùnlé. ẹ má ṣe tẹ̀jẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹ má ṣe sùnlé. ẹ má ṣe tẹ̀jẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹ má dáná sùnlé. ẹ má ṣe tẹ̀jẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹ má dáná sùnlé. ẹjẹ́ alájẹsẹ́kù ẹ̀yin ọ̀jẹ̀lú. ẹ̀yin ọ̀jẹ̀lú. ẹ páyà Olúwa ọba tó nílò. ọba tó nílò. ẹ má nánà kú nàmá Olúwa ò fẹ́ o. nàmá Olúwa ò fẹ́. ẹ má nánà kú 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 nàmá Olúwa ò fẹ́. Ọlọ́run máa dá Nàìjíríà ró. Nàìjíríà ró.
I greet everyone wherever you are watching today's program. Today we shall look into the security challenges. The security challenges in Nigeria. There are many issues on ground as we speak. We have seen many videos, we have seen many news, we have seen many reactions from many political leaders, from political critics, from political observers, based on the crisis in Nigeria, whereby we have seen many senators, we have seen many political leaders challenging the administration of Muhammadu Buhari, seeking from the Muhammadu Buhari to step down, or he will be impeached by the National Assembly. The problem of Nigeria, has started many years ago, and in my own opinion, with many people's opinions as well, to me, the mismanagement of Nigerian resources leads to the security challenges in Nigeria. Because if we look into the critical governance problem in Nigeria, or we look into the corruption in Nigeria, or we look into human rights in Nigeria, or we look into electoral reforms in Nigeria, there is no doubt what brought Nigeria to this critical situation today, because Nigeria's fundamental approach, if we look into the leadership challenges, we shall come into conclusion that the bad leadership, mismanagement of resources of Nigeria put Nigerians into the trouble that Nigeria have today, because Nigerian leaders, they have the power to educate, they have the power to inspire Nigerians, they have unlimited power, in the area of public fund, and no one is challenging them. This is where we have a problem in Nigeria. We have many people who have a bad intention to join the politics. People who have intention of investment of Nigerian resources. This led to the bad intention many Nigerians have before they join politics. This is where the problem comes from. And we have seen many Nigerians who join politics in Nigeria with the intention of investment of public fund. This is where the problem is. Nigerian leaders, they have the power to control themselves. They have the power to fix Nigerians' problem. But because many of Nigerian leaders, they lack vision and they have their self-interest in the politics, so that is why Nigerians found themselves where they are today. Because to lead a country, to lead the whole country requires policies. It requires problem solving. It requires finding solution to problems, and also a good leader must find a way to ensure the citizens stability of a good policy. And we have many political leaders in Nigeria. As I said, many of them, they lack vision. They lack vision. They lack passion, and many of them lack fearness of Almighty God. They do not have passion for the citizens who elected them. Many of them, they don't have a clear understanding of their responsibilities. They lack a clear understanding of their duties when the citizens voted them in. And many of them, after they have achieved the political position, many of them refused to listen to those people who brought them to power. Due to the unlimited power they have to the public fund as well, leads to embezzlement of a public fund without any challenges, without any consequence, and immunity clause that Nigeria have in their constitution also promotes the embezzlement, promotes corruption in the government in Nigeria. And no political leader in the Western world, in the advanced countries where they practice true democratic governance, because without the support of the people, nothing like good governance in any country. In Nigeria, Nigerians are struggling, looking for a good leader. They are looking for leaders who are innovative. Nigerians are looking for a good leader who is ready to solve the problem of their social life, who is ready to solve the political problems, who is ready to solve the problem of economic, who is ready to solve the problem of power sector, who is ready to solve the problem of quality life of citizens in the country, who is ready to solve the problem of security challenges in Nigeria. But we have many evidences of bad leadership in Nigeria. We have bad leadership, and many of top government officials, they have embezzled many public funds, and no one is challenging them. This led to encourage others to join the politics with the intention of embezzlement of public fund. And if we look into the area of infrastructure in Nigeria, and we look into the system of running the government in Nigeria, we would notice that it lacks professionalism, it lacks good leadership and good management. And when there is bad management in any institution or in any organization, there is no way you could have productivities, because when the management is bad, the mismanagement of Nigerian resources leads to bad governance in Nigeria, leads to weak economy, and also leads to rising unemployment and also inflation in Nigeria. It also leads to poverty, and also leads to crime. It also leads to this fanatic insurgency, the terrorists, because many of those Nigerian leaders who created Boko Haram, who created the insurgency, they are still parading in the country, and many institutions, many sensitive institutions, many security agencies in Nigeria, they know the sponsors of these Boko Haram and bandits in Nigeria, but no one is doing nothing. No one is taking a radical action to challenge them. No one is challenging them, including the president as well. He knows the sponsors of the Boko Haram, he knows the sponsor of bandits, because he has received official report from United Arab Emirates. The government of United Arab Emirates has submitted official document to Muhammad Buhari, where they listed all the sponsors of Boko Haram in Nigeria, but nothing is done. Nothing is done. The major challenge of democratic governance in Nigeria, it lies in the process for electing public officers into leadership positions in Nigeria, whereby Nigerians are hungry to look, or hungry looking for the good president who will be the Nigerian president 2023. Nigerians are hungry looking for the credible person who can be the vice president 2023 at the federal level. Nigerians are searching for people who can be their governors in every state in Nigeria. They are looking for credible people who can be chosen as deputy governors at the state level. Nigerians are looking for people who can be the chairmen of local governments, councillors at the local government. that is at the local government level in Nigeria. And also they are looking for people who can be the members of the legislative houses in Abuja. That is National Assembly, Senate. In Nigeria we have 109 senators and we have 360 House of Representatives members. So Nigerians are searching for these before 2023, and this is at the federal level. Then they are looking for people who will be at the state houses of assembly in Nigeria. Every state have state house of assembly, and whereby they will representing them at the state level. Then in National Assembly, 109 senators and 360 House of Reps member representing all the constituencies in Nigeria at National Assembly. And we have about 774 local governments, 774 local governments in Nigeria. But the problem is the electoral processes. Electoral processes and political systems in Nigeria are all corrupt. Whereby many of those who are in the government presently, many of them, they rigged the election for them, and they brought them to be part of the government in Nigeria. Political parties are dominated in Nigeria by godfathers, godfatherism. Nigerian Nigerian political parties are dominated by ex-military leaders. Nigerian political parties are dominated by religious leaders in Nigeria, because we have seen many religious leaders who are supporting banditry, they are supporting insurgencies in Nigeria, they are supporting crime, they are supporting killings in Nigeria. These are part of the problem in Nigeria, which is very, very difficult for those who doesn't involve in those crimes. They are having problem. This is where the bandits and the terrorists, they have brave, they have courage to threat the president in Nigeria that Muhammad Buhari will be abducted soon, including El Rufai, the governor of Kaduna. They have been threatening them, and some other governors, that they will abduct many governors in Nigeria. This kind of problem of leadership in Nigeria, as I said, if we have credible leadership and we have good management in Nigeria, I don't think that we will find ourselves where we are today, because as I said, if we look back into Nigerian politics from 1960 till present day, we will see that the root of corruption can be traced back to the problem of leadership in Nigeria. The greater democratic challenge facing Nigeria is corruption. Corruption among the political leaders in Nigeria, those who have embezzled Nigerian public fund. They are the faces coming to contest again. Coming to contest for presidency, coming to contest for governorship election in Nigeria, coming to contest for to be running mate for the presidency or presidents, the governors in many states in Nigeria. And there are many youth in Nigeria celebrating them, happy to support those who created problem for the youth in Nigeria, those who created unemployment in Nigeria, those who created security challenges in Nigeria, those who created the poverty in Nigeria. In Nigeria, it is only in Nigeria whereby we see the looters facing looters during the general election, and the incumbent president also always supporting those looters to be part of the new government in Nigeria. Corruption, this is part of corruption, because corruption is everywhere in Nigeria. In every office there is corruption. In the Ministry of Education, there are a lot of corruptions going there. There are many corruption in the security agencies in Nigeria. We have about 9 security agencies in Nigeria. Corruption is everywhere, in the police, in the army, in the navy, in the immigration, custom, civil defense, EFCC, all these kind of those who representing the security agencies. Before Nigeria can survive, before Nigeria can have good democratic governance, until all those top government officials who corrupt, until they are kicked out of the government, before Nigeria can survive. And that is the fact. And if we look into the performances of each governors in every state, if we look into the performances of the presidency, the president, each president, do we have any survey that will lead Nigerians to see the performances of each leaders when they voted them as governor or president? There's nothing like that. There's nothing like that. no agency, no organization working on their performances. The performances that will encourage the citizens to vote for them for the second term, because they rely on godfatherism. That is why, and they rely on the mass rigging of the election. So that is why those who have stole Nigerian money, they have confidence of coming back again, and they have evidence or big or massive support from their godfathers, because as far as they have godfathers, so they have guarantee that they will win that election. These are part of the problem that we have, which if we don't address all these issues, there will be no solution to Nigerian problem, no solution until we look into all these critical, sensitive areas. Because unfortunately, after the years of independence since 1960, Nigerians still harbor the mentality that public money belongs to them, because they have unlimited power to the public fund in Nigeria. And if we look into electoral corruption, the electoral system in Nigeria also is corrupt, where by the ballot paper, they snatch ballot paper during the election. Sometimes some of the officials of INEC sometimes supporting the corruption, whereby they bring a massive result of the election, whereby some states, they may have, maybe it may be like maybe 50,000 people registered, and in the end, when the result of election is released, whereby you see about they may say that 250,000 people voted in the area, whereby only 50,000 registered, and the result will be published. The number of the result of the election will be higher than those who have registered. This is part of the problem, the electoral corruption in Nigeria, and sometimes the purchase of the votes with money, whereby the party agents given the voters money on their way to the polling units. These are part of the corruption, electoral corruption in Nigeria. Sometimes intimidation as well during the election. Until Nigeria have a freedom of election, a credible election, until we have all this before we can have peace in Nigeria. Because of the election, many people have been killed during the election. These are part of the electoral corruption in Nigeria. Recently, we have seen many senators from opposition party protesting that Muhammad Buhari will be impeached in 6 weeks. But when they know that the term of Muhammad Buhari is about to end, because Buhari will end his administration next year in few months, that is May 2023. So why protesting when all of them, including the ruling parties, they know the fact that Nigeria is having a security challenges for many years since Muhammad Buhari became Nigerian president. The terrorists, they have been terrorizing Nigerians. Why they kept silent many years until now. So this area, we have to look and ask ourselves these sensitive questions. And when we look into a human rights situation in Nigeria as well, the situation of human rights is very, very, very poor in Nigeria, because there are many people who have been jailed, who are in the prison unjustly. There are some people who have been arrested for many years without trial. Some has been accused wrongly. They are still in prison, and this is part of a human rights violation. Nigeria is a good country. Nigeria is a good country, but unfortunately, with bad leadership, extrajudicial killings in Nigeria also added more problem to Nigerian problem. Many people who are fighting for justice in Nigeria may ended in the prison in Nigeria. These are part of the problem that we have in Nigeria. The ethnic, we have ethnic militia groups in Nigeria killing many people brutally, violated the rule of law in Nigeria. Many police has been killed, many soldiers has been killed, many religious leaders has been killed, many politicians has been killed without justice. Many innocent Nigerians also has been killed in Nigeria. Why? Because there is no improvement in the area of human rights law. Nigeria is a country where they violate rule of law and the rule of human rights. In Nigeria, there are many innocent Nigerians in detention without trial. Many police, many DSS, many other security agencies, they have tortured many innocent people in Nigeria without justice. Nigeria, according to the record, Nigeria is about 200 million today, and not less than 250 ethnic groups in Nigeria. We have witnessed military system of government. We have seen democratic system of government, whereby we vote for our candidates to represent us in the government, but still yet, so Nigeria found herself again in the bad governance, in the bad democratic governance, because of the bad system and the lack of management of resources that we have in Nigeria. Many of our leaders in Nigeria, they saw it as an opportunity to rule Nigeria, to be our governors, to be our presidents in Nigeria. That is why many of them who have opportunity to be in the politics, they enslave Nigerians when they become leaders in the government. We have seen many lies. They keep on promising Nigerians that they will fix electricity. They will solve the insurgencies problem. Buhari also said it, 2015. Obasanjo also said it in 1999. Late Alhaji Aliyu Shehu Shagari also promised Nigerians that he will fight against corruption, but many of his ministers, they embezzled Nigerian public funds. And this kind of a situation that we find ourselves, or we found ourselves today, that is why we cannot put all the blames on the Muhammad Buhari, because he himself inherited many problems, and he added more problems to the problem that he inherited from Goodluck Jonathan in Nigeria. There are many problems that we have in Nigeria. All those problems created unemployment for the youth. Youth unemployment rate in Nigeria is in the high rates. That is, high rates of unemployment worries youth in Nigeria. There is no stable of electricity, no free and fair of election, quality life of citizen. There's nothing like that, and this kind of problem, because unemployment leads to poverty, and poverty leads to crime. Poverty leads to crime, and even those who have graduated from university, when they are looking for job, they have to bribe some of the organization before they can get employed. There are some women, they have to sleep with the director general of the organization. They have to sleep with them before they can get employed. And that is part of corruption as well. That is part of corruption in Nigeria. The future of youth is at risk, because the system of running government in Nigeria is a bad system. Although they said it is democracy, but the true democracy system of government is a system, or democracy is a system of a government whereby people vote for their own candidates and get them elected, and they have to work for those who voted them in. Is that kind of democracy that we have in Nigeria? No. Because democracy is a system of government. Democracy is a system of government where the citizens exercise power by voting for a credible candidate who will lead them to the promised land. And a good leader must have a good program on water, on the health care, and a good leader must have a good program on education. A good leader must have a good program on job creation. A good leader must have a good program on empowerment of youth. And a good leader must have a good program on social security and poverty reduction. And they must have a program, a good program on agriculture. But because, as I said, that Nigerian leaders, they have unlimited access to unlimited public fund for personal use. For personal use in Nigeria. Nigeria has witnessed many military and civilian governments of corrupt political leaders since 1960 till today. So Nigerians must stand against embezzlement, and they must fight for true democracy. We will not keep silent. We will not be silent, and we shall not be oppressed. We shall not be humiliated. We cannot be suppressed, because young people, they have a voice, and they must voice out. Because I have seen that young people in Nigeria have been isolated. They have been isolated from the Nigerian's political system. They have been isolated from the political system, whereby we have the largest population, whereby we have many youth in Nigeria who have a capacity or who have power to rule Nigeria. They have knowledge, they have good education background, and they can perform by excellence than those who have ruled before, coming back to rule again. That is my question. I ask this question in many of my videos that can we say that it is only Atiku Abubakar that can rule Nigeria? Is it only Bola Ahmed Tinubu who can perform by excellence in Nigeria? Is it only Peter Obi that can perform by excellence in Nigeria? Nigeria have many youth. The new face. Nigerians need new face, who have not corrupted, who have what it takes to govern Nigeria. Because if we check the record of those who are coming to rule again, we have seen a book published by former Nigerian President Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, where he said that Atiku stole money. He stole money, the money that can feed Nigerians for 300 years. Obasanjo said it in his book titled My Watch. But PDP has endorsed Atiku Abubakar to contest again against APC. Tinubu has many controversial issues surrounding him. Tinubu has many controversial issues surrounding him in the area of his qualification, because he said he attended primary and secondary school, and he provided that information 1999 to the INEC. But when he was filling the new nomination form for the presidency, he left that questions blank. He refused to put that information that he has put in 1999 in the new form he filled, and he has submitted it to the INEC, and INEC approved it. So whereby he said he has attended primary and secondary school, but now he said that no, he only attended Chicago University. Then Tinubu claimed that he's from Lagos State. Meanwhile, he was not born in Lagos State. He's from Iragbiji. Then regarding to his name, he put Yekini. He has removed that from his name. So there are many controversial issues surrounding the Tinubu, but APC has presented him as their candidate. And if we check a record when he was a governor in Lagos State, go and check yourself. You will see a lot of evidences which linked with corruption. And for him to choose Shetima as his running mate as well may affect that his election. They have told him, because this kind of a situation, what I'm trying to say, I'm not attacking or opposing anyone. You can vote for anyone, any of your choice. I'm not attacking or opposing any one of them. But what I'm trying to say that Nigerians have even more than 100,000 youth who can rule Nigeria. Better off all those candidates that those parties endorsed. Because when we are talking about good democracy and to discuss about what is democracy is all about, democracy is to give good governance with transparency. But in Nigeria, we have seen many civilian governments, and we have seen many military system of government who puts Nigerians in problem that we have today. All those people I mentioned also are part of those people who created problems for us, and we are still happy to bring them back. We are still happy to bring them back. This is not true democracy system of government. Tiabani Kaso Odudu. If we look back into what retired Commodore Olakunle Olawumi, a military intelligence officer with 35 years experience, what he said. These officers and some other officers, they have said similar to what Commodore Olakunle Olawumi said. He said, I belong to a group in the military that is not supposed to be seen or heard right now. He said, I don't care if he has been or if he will be eliminated. He said he doesn't care. This retired Commando Olakule said, don't forget, this man with 35 years experience in the Navy, in Nigerian Navy. He said some governors, some ministers, some senators in Nigeria are the sponsors of Boko Haram, and the government knows them. Commando Olakunle Olawumi, he said some governors, some ministers and senators in Nigeria are the sponsors of Boko Haram, and the present government knows about them. That is number one of what he said. He said the rule the change operators in Nigeria are the sponsors of Boko Haram. Bureau de change operators in Nigeria. This man said that they are part of sponsors of Boko Haram in Nigeria, and government is doing nothing about it. Number three, Commando Olakunle Olawumi said another security breach is that every Friday, NDA, that is Nigerian Defense Academy, and all government institutions in Nigeria are opened for Jumat services, and they come on Friday for worship. Later, they spy on the institution and plan their attacks. That is why it is very, very easy for those terrorists to attack the whole military of Nigerian Navy, the whole military of Nigerian Army, for terrorists to have access to attack the military barracks. Or we never had this kind of news before in the news, whereby ordinary civilians we have courage to go and attack Nigerian Army. We never had it. We never had that kind of news in the Nigerian news. Think about what he said. He said that it is a breach of a rule and regulation. That is why he said another security breach is that every Friday NDA and all government institutions are opened for Juma service, and when it is opened for Juma services, then the terrorists will come. They will come on Friday for worship. Then later they spy on the institutions and plan for their attack. And they have attacked many security offices, security agencies of the federal government, and they attacked many. We have seen when they attack the police headquarters in Abuja, They entered and bombed Nigerian police in Abuja, Nigeria headquarters police. The terrorists, they have bombed. How? Because they have seen they have studied what they call smart analysis in the business management. So they have seen the weakness, the strength, and they have studied the time they will come. They have studied the strategic way they will use to attack Nigerian police headquarters in Abuja. And Commando Olakunle Olawumi said, he said this government, that is Muhammad Buhari's government, he said this government does not want to resolve this problem. This government does not want to resolve this problem. Rather, they are escalating it. They are escalating it. So why this commando said this? If you are if you recall, when the bandits, when the Sheikh Muhammad Gumi, when he paid courtesy visit to the bandits, he went with many of Nigerian police officers, with some of the Islamic scholars, with many professors, and Nigerians reacted that why Buhari refused to arrest Muhammad Gumi for him to be negotiating with the bandits. Later, government said that they sent him to negotiate with bandits. Nothing was done till present. So that is why a retired Commando Olakunle was saying that this government does not want to resolve the problem. Rather, they are escalating it. Number five, Commando Olakunle said that the solution is not kinetic solution, but non-kinetic. You identified the center of gravity which has been identified. The center of gravity is the sponsors of Boko Haram and bandits in Nigeria. Number 6, I quote retired Commando Olakunle Olawumi. He said most of these sponsors, that is sponsors of Boko Haram, are known within the intelligence community. Most of these sponsors are known within the intelligence community. Number 7, he said the DMI, GSS, and the police intelligence knows the sponsors very, very well. The DSS knows very well with tons of files of those sponsoring evil in the country. So that is, nothing was done. Don't forget, this man that is talking, or this man that is mentioning all these key points, was a retired commando from Navy, Nigerian Navy, with 35 years experience. So he knows what he's talking about. He said DMI, DSS, and Nigerian Police Intelligence knows the sponsors very well. He said the DSS knows very well with tons of files of those sponsoring evil in the country. Don't forget, a few years ago, United Arab Emirates government, that is in Dubai, the government of Dubai, Nigerian government requested for the list of Nigerians when the DSS informed the president, Muhammadu Buhari, that there are some sponsors of Boko Haram, Nigerians, among Nigerians living in the United Arab Emirates. And Muhammadu Buhari requested from their government to give them the list. And they sent list of Nigerians sponsoring Boko Haram to Muhammadu Buhari. No one is arrested today. No one is arrested. So that is why this man is saying that government doing nothing about the problem. Number 8, retired Commando Olakule said that the defense headquarters knows all those who are behind the terror going on in Nigeria today. It is very, very sad. Very, very sad. This man is not an ordinary person that is talking. I'm just quoting him. And this man has worked for Nigerian Navy for many years, so he knows what he's talking about. He said the defense headquarters, we all know what headquarters means. The defense headquarters knows all those who are behind the terror going on in Nigeria today. Number 9, retired Commando Olakule said the commander-in-chief, who is commander-in-chief in Nigeria? Buhari, presently. He said the commander-in-chief knows exactly what is happening, but he is quiet. Mr. Olakule said the commander-in-chief, who is commander-in-chief? Muhammadu Buhari. So he said the commander-in-chief knows what is happening, but he is quiet. He said when a fish is about to get rotten, then the head is the first. When a fish is about to rotten, the head is the first. So Olakunle said. That is number 9. Number 10, this man said the end game is to turn the end game is to turn Nigeria into Taliban type of country. The end game is to turn Nigeria into Taliban type of country. Everyone in the country or everyone in the defense headquarters, army headquarters, naval headquarters, and air force headquarters. So that is what the man said. So this man said, that is number 11. Number 11. He said the government of United Arab Emirates, that is Dubai. He said the government of Dubai knows the sponsors and they sent list to the federal government. The man was asking question here. He said, what did Buhari do? What did Buhari do to that list of names Dubai's government sent to Muhammad Buhari? Nothing, because no one was arrested. Number 12. We have the record. We have it. Number 12. This retired commando Olakunle Olawumi, he said a highly ranked member of this government was interrogated and was found culpable. He is currently a highly rated member of this government. When many Nigerians reacted, and many articles was published, and they questioned one of two of those people listed on that list, but later they were freed. No action. And then, so that is all what retired Commando Olakunle Olawumi, a military intelligence, don't forget, military intelligence officer is different from ordinary military man. So this man that was talking know what he's talking about. Think about it yourself. Think about each point and take your pen, make analysis. You will understand the problem in Nigeria, and you will understand that there will be no solution to banditry or kidnapping or these terrorism activities until Nigeria have a good leader who is ready to flush all those terrorism out of those areas in Nigeria. Because that is why we are worried. We are worried with this kind of Shetima that Tinubu picked as his running mate. We are very, very worried. Why? Because if Tinubu becomes Nigerian president and Shetima becomes the vice president, it's like Nigeria is given another automatic power to those bandits and terrorists. You know the reason why? Because those who created Boko Haram are Kanuris. Boko Haram was created in Borno State, Maiduguri, during the time of Alimodu Sharif in Borno State. And when their leader was killed, Yusuf Muhammad, the activities escalated, and that was 2009 during late Umar Musa Yar'Adua. Unfortunately, Musa Yar'Adua could not take a radical action until he died in May 2010. And Jonathan became president. And Jonathan, because Jonathan was a Christian, and we have said this over and over, why the Boko Haram have more power in Nigeria during Jonathan. During the 6 years of Jonathan, their activities and mobilization and fundings increased, and Jonathan could not do any tangible action. He could not take a radical action due to because they said he's a Christian. So those Muslims among the security agencies of the federal government, in the military, in the army, they supported some of opposition party against Jonathan because they said because he's a Christian. Then some of the northern governors, they had meeting with Barack Obama before Trump became American president. Then Jonathan refused to support a bill of gay in Nigeria. All those issues added more problem to Jonathan's government, and Jonathan also offended Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, and Obasanjo worked against Jonathan, and he backed Buhari and Tinubu's party, APC, against his own party, PDP, because individual offended you. Obasanjo so worked against PDP. That is why APC won the election. It never happened in Nigeria. Incumbency president to lose. So Jonathan lost that election. Now, with the hope that Obasanjo supported them, with the hope that Buhari will find solution to the Boko Haram activities and some other issues. So that is why Obasanjo regretted to support Buhari. So that is why he's been attacking Buhari's government. Because Obasanjo hoped that Buhari will find a solution to this insurgency. He will find solution to this banditry, all this and that. But according to what this commando have said, and it is clear, very, very clear, that Buhari refused to take a radical action against the Boko Haram. Why? So that is why we are very, very worried when because the state where Boko Haram was created is Kanuri in Borno, and Shetima is from Borno, and is ready to run as a running mate for Tinubu. Tinubu's strategic plan, we know it. We know it. What Tinubu is planning is for him to pick Shetima may give APC more chance to win, so that they will get more votes, for him to pick Northern, then to pick a Muslim, because he knows that northern people, they value their religion. So because he's a Muslim, that is why Tinubu think that maybe they may find a solution to Boko Haram insurgency, because Shetima have experience of Boko Haram insurgency, because in 2011 he was a governor in Borno State where the Boko Haram was created, and he has worked with Boko Haram people. And that is why some people said, why Tinubu picked this man, that he was one of those who finance the activities of this Boko Haram. So why Tinubu picked this person? That is why the committee, APC Bola Ahmed Tinubu committee, they sent 11 names to Tinubu to pick any one of them as his running mate. Fatima Muhammad is there, Amina Muhammad is there, Yakubu Dogara is there, and Zulum, the current governor of Borno, is there. Then Shetima Kashim was listed as number 1 on that list. We have the record. And Tinubu picked Shetima. And Buhari is happy. Why? Because he's from Borno. Shetima is Borno. And Buhari have relatives in Borno. Borno people are Kanuris, although they have some Fulanis. So Buhari is Fulani, and he related to Kanuris. And he's a Muslim, and is from northern part. That is why Buhari supported Tinubu's running mate. But 2015, when Tinubu said to Buhari that he will be his running mate after they merged CPC of Buhari's party and ACN of Tinubu, because CPC party belongs to Buhari and ACN party belongs to Tinubu. They merged the two parties together, becomes APC. In their agreement, Tinubu proposed to be his Buhari's running mate, and Buhari told Tinubu that he cannot be his running mate because he's a Muslim. He opposed that motion. Why he supported Tinubu this time? He's still the same Buhari. Why he opposed Tinubu to become his running mate 2015 and he supported him today? You must know that there is something behind. There is a hidden agenda. There is a serious hidden agenda. Tinubu must pray hard. If not, they may kill him. And because and when Tinubu, and they know Tinubu is not healthy. It's not healthy. And if anything bad wrong to Tinubu, you know their calculation. If anything happened to Tinubu, so Shettima will become Nigerian president. And when Shettima become president, like what happened between Yaradua and Jonathan, when Yaradua was sick, he died, and Jonathan became president. So if anything happened to Tinubu, Shettima will become president. And this insurgency activities, northern states has been, many northerners has been killed as well. Many of them are not happy with the situation, but they are minority. Majority of those people who are happy with this insurgency will be happy if Shettima become president, and that is their plan. Tinubu should think deeply. He should not everyone smiles at you are your friends. Tinubu must know that very, very well. He is deceiving himself. He is deceiving himself. He should stop deceiving himself that all those who are smiling at him, at Shettima as well, are happy with them. No. There is a great problem. It's a big error for Tinubu to pick Muslim ticket, then to pick Shettima, because many of the caucus of APC were not happy. Yakubu Dogara is not happy. Babachir Lawal, who advised Tinubu that he has picked wrong person as running mate, is not happy. He's not happy. I'm not too sure that 100% Buhari is supporting that Tinubu, because what he told Tinubu that he cannot become running mate 2015. Why he supported that the same motion this upcoming presidential general election in February 2023? You yourself think about it. Then why they said that if Christian Association of Nigeria is not happy, they don't care. Tinubu said Shettima is the final. it is very sensitive, because not only Christian, not only Muslim voting in Nigeria. So both Muslim and Christians, they need their votes. And maybe Buhari has gave him automatic assurance that he will not lose that election, because Buhari has told Shetima that he should have belief that he will hand over power to his boss and him. Buhari said it, that he will hand over power to him. And he knows that election times has not come. Why the president, Federal Republic of Nigeria, to say that? So there is something hidden. There is hidden agenda on that. Government, there was a time when the media in Nigeria, they published many stories, tagged bandits as terrorists in Nigeria. What happened? Federal government in Nigeria, they directed all media to stop calling bandits terrorists. They directed all media to stop calling bandits unknown gunmen. They said because international community will not be misled that they are terrorists. So that is what the federal government said. So do you think we have a good leaders? Do you think we have good leadership in Nigeria? If yes, why number one citizen in Nigeria is Buhari? Why Buhari, when we are talking about federal government, so Buhari is number one. So Buhari directed all media to stop calling bandits terrorists. And he knows that they are terrorizing Nigerians. They will go to school, they will go to university, they will go to institution, they kidnap people and take them to the bush and expecting ransom, expecting ransom from their family, millions. Before they release their people, they have to collect ransom. Are they not terrorists? If the family fail to bring ransom, they will be killed. There are many people, they have killed them. So killing is the same mission of terrorists. Boko Haram, they have killed a lot of people, they have bombed many churches, they have killed many Muslims as well, because they have recruited both Muslim and Christians working with them. They have turned that activities into business, and they have been supported because they have sophisticated weapons, they have Nigerian Army uniform, they have Navy uniform, they have police uniform, they have helicopters. Where do they get it? Ask yourself. And we said we have Nigerian Air Force. So Nigerian Air Force cannot bomb the bandits and terrorists wherever they hide themselves in the bush. Ask yourself that question. You will understand what retired Commando Olakunle Olawumi, a military intelligence officer with 35 years experience, is saying. You will understand. So Nigerian government, they don't want journalists. They don't want journalists to report the true picture of what is happening in Nigeria. That is, they are denying the duties of journalists to discharge their duties and responsibility. The duty of a journalist, or the duty of journalists generally, is to investigate and report with accuracy information to the mass press media. Last week, federal government has promised as well to sanction BBC News. Why? Because they reported that the terrorists are planning to abduct Muhammad Buhari, because they reported that a presidential convoy has been attacked. It means security in Nigeria is at risk. Because of that, federal government is planning to attack or to sanction BBC News. This Commando Olakunle, he said, in addition to what he has said, or to give us more analysis of what he has said, he said there must be insider collaboration in the NDA. He said there are many irresponsible people in the Nigeria military formations. He said this is well known. Few hours when the Nigerian Defense Academy was attacked by the terrorists, and they released the press release, and they know the sponsors of these terrorists in Nigeria. The Nigerian government must have a policy. They must change the policy of running the system of government in Nigeria in order to tackle the activities of terrorists in Nigeria. All the sponsors must be apprehended, and all the sponsors must be brought to justice. There must be a direct change of policy from Islamization to democracy. This is very, very important. Nigerian government must change the policy from Islamization to democracy, because in Western world, where they practice true democracy system of government, they separate religion from government, so that the services of the government could reach every citizen, regardless of your religion, regardless of your tribe, regardless of whoever you are. This kind of system will help Nigerian government from Islamization, because a good Nigerians or a good Nigerian will think as I think about the security challenges in Nigeria. We are talking generally about security challenges in Nigeria, and to me, with my experience in the news, with my experience covering government activities for 8 years, covering a government news for many years, with experience, with knowledge, and with my personal opinion and public opinions, which we have many of them, security challenges in Nigeria must be a priority which Nigerian government must review. This is very, very important, because security is very, very important in any organization. Even at home, in your house, when you don't have security, you and your wife and your children and your family are in danger. In your house, your personal house. Here we are discussing about national issue, the whole country. So security challenges in Nigeria, Nigerian government must take a radical action to solve this problem, because to build a strong nation, it requires strong and quality leadership and knowledge on management. Choose a good leader in the upcoming general election. Choose a good leader who will listen to your plan, who will listen to your pain. A leader who will protect your country, who will protect you. A leader who is ready to tackle the problem of insecurity in Nigeria. A leader who is ready to solve the problem of health care. A leader who is ready to tackle the problem of education in Nigeria. A leader who is ready to fix all those bad roads in Nigeria. A leader who is ready to provide a good water, who is ready to put food on the table. A leader who is ready to fix interrupted electricity in Nigeria, who is ready to provide free education and free health care in Nigeria. Because when we look into this problem, when we look into this problem and the effective security in the country, the welfare for the citizens in the country, when we look into all this, that is when we can say we have a good leader to lead us. A fundamental responsibility of every state is to ensure the safety of its citizens and to ensure the security in Nigeria, because insecurity in Nigeria has continued to raise serious doubt about the commitment of the Nigerian leaders to provide adequate security for their citizens in Nigeria. And the world is watching. The Western world is watching. The youth are the future of tomorrow in Nigeria. They are watching. They are watching. It's because they don't have power. They don't have anything to do with those who are leading our country today. It is very, very sad. Recently, 2 officers, 6 soldiers also were killed. They were killed in Nigeria. So it's because of lack of security. Security is very, very, very important in Nigeria. Nigerian government must take a radical action against bandits and terrorism. And banditry and terrorism has taken over Nigeria. And Nigeria is rotting. Nigerian government must look into this and take a radical action against this, because when we look into government and leadership, when we look into that 2 phrases, because managing government employees is to motivate their people and to deal with difficult issues and achieve goal. Because government is an organization, APC is an organization, PDP is an organization, Labour Party is an organization, JMPP is an organization, and NPP is an organization. All these organizations called political parties, they are planning to venture into business, to run the activities of a country as a government. This is where you need to think about those who have come, the organization that have come and they have ruled Nigeria for 16 years. They sold many national assets of Nigeria. PDP, go and check how PDP, how they run Nigerian resources. Now APC started 2015 as well, and they are planning to come back again. Nigerians must ask all these sensitive questions, that how do they managing the resources of Nigeria? Many of them, they have become billionaire. Many of them have become millionaire. Where do they get the money? They stole the public fund, the money that belongs to me and you, the money that belongs to him, the money that belongs to them, the money that belongs to us. Now they use the resources and the money to enrich themselves, and they are planning to come back to loot more money, and because we have to think about the governmental leadership, the kind of leadership they played when they were there, and they are planning to come back. Those who have ruled us, and we have seen how they have ruled, and we have the record, and they are planning to come back again. So this kind of those who lacks how to manage the public sectors, those who doesn't understand what leadership is, those who doesn't understand what management is, we have problem to be your leader. Because a good leader must be approachable. A good leader must be friendly. Do you think they are approachable? When they become governor, do you think you can see them as you are seeing them today? When they become president, do you think you can just easily go to them and discuss your pain? No. That is why some of the philosophers they said that government is the political administration of a country or a state, and the Western world, when they want to define the Buhari's government, they will say in the Buhari's administration, in the Abacha's administration, in the Obasanjo's administration, because the administration is the act of how they govern the public, how they govern the public affairs, the services they rendered, the duties they performed, how they conducted the affairs of the citizens, how they conduct their office or employment, direct or indirect. So that is to say that a body that administers or those who become executive as part of the government. We have three organs of government: legislature or legislative, executive, and judiciary. So they are the three organs of government. So how they performed, so how they govern, what are the benefits that reached the masses, reach their citizens when they are in the government. So that is why the body with the power to make or enforce law or control a country or control people is called government. It's called government. So APC is planning to form another government. So PDP is planning to come back to plan new government. Labour Party is planning to come and form new form of government to control Nigerians, to control the activities of our resources that we have. So this is a critical or sensitive discussion that we are discussing today, which we must think about, because we must think about how to vote for a credible leader, a leader that have strategic and critical thinking, a leader that is flexible, a leader that is ready to take his responsibility, a leader that have vision. These are the leadership skills that whoever have it will lead Nigeria to the promised land. We solve all the problem we have been discussing, and in Nigeria, a good leader in Nigeria must think of good communication. Good communication. If you assess Buhari's government, you will see that the administration lacks communication, because when something sensitive happened in the country, whereby Nigerians are expecting Muhammad Buhari to talk, he will keep silent. He will keep silent. Even no press release will be granted. This kind of system, and we Nigerians is expecting to have a good leader who is ready to listen to them, who is ready to take a radical action on critical thinking, who is ready to give them feedback, who is ready to manage the time, that is, who is ready to understand the time management, who is ready to have a good plan and implementation of what Nigerians are expecting from them. A good leader who is ready to motivate Nigerians. I never see Buhari to motivate or to discuss with youth, to encourage, to inspire them. This kind of leadership is what Nigerians are expecting from Muhammadu Buhari. Many people think that the way Buhari ruled Nigeria 1983 to 85 is what they expected from Muhammadu Buhari. They all forgot that military system of government is different from civilian. Military, they use decree. Decree cannot be used in the civilian system of government. So because they have to bring any motion to the National Assembly to debate before the lawmakers pass that law. A good government must have implementation of rule of law. A good government must have transparency. A good government must not look into religion and use religion to rule over non-religious people. That is why many people oppose this kind of weakness of this present government, that a radical action never been taken on this banditry and terrorism in Nigeria, because we have been discussing these terrorists since 2009. Since 2009, during Yaradua, we discussed it again during Jonathan. People think Buhari will solve the problem, but the problem still remains. So we hope the new government coming 2023 will take a good radical action to solve this problem, because a good leader must have the skill of problem solving. Very, very important when we are talking about leadership skill. Leadership skills involve problem solving. A good leader must look to one way or the other to solve a problem in this country. The situation in Nigeria is very, very, very bad. It's very, very bad. And if you look into Western world, many of them they have been traveling to Western to Western world. They have been traveling to Western countries, and they have seen how they are governing, how they are coordinating the democratic good governance on their citizens. And because many of them they don't use autocratic leadership. Autocratic leadership is one of the leadership style that focuses on limited opinions from people. People they are governed, and in the autocratic leadership, the opinions of citizens are limited, and the followers must follow the decision of their leader, either good or bad. Diversity and collaboration are not involved in the autocratic leadership. So I think that is what we have in Nigeria. It is not democratic leadership, because in a country where they practice democratic system of leadership, the opinions are allowed. Journalists are allowed to conduct interview with the government, to ask hidden questions. What are the programs they have for the citizen? Because the journalists are in between the government and the citizen. So the plan of the government must be known to the journalists, and journalists must publish this. The citizens will understand the program their leaders have for them. But to our surprise, Buhari said that he will sanction BBC News because of the news they carried about the terrorists. A good leader must see himself as a servant. He must know that servant leadership is a system that gives opportunity to the followers to see themselves as leaders. So the followers must see themselves as leader, while the leader must see himself as servant. This kind of leadership is a very good leadership because you will listen to them, you will know their pain, you will understand their problem, and you will be ready to solve the problem, and there will be a very good relationship, good friendship between the followers and the leader. This kind of leadership is called servant leadership, which some country practices. This will improve the performances of the leader, and it will build love, and it will build love between the leader and the servants in any country. And this kind of leadership is very, very good because the followers will have 100% freedom to make their decision, and also they will have trust in their leader. But do we have a leader that Nigerians trust today? No. Because they have seen how they have embezzled public fund. This is the problem that we have in Nigeria. We have ethical dimension of leadership in Nigeria. We have a leader that we favor his own tribe when he's appointing the position. Go and check the new NNPC Limited. Buhari has turned the national asset of Nigeria, NNPC. He has turned NNPC into NNPC Limited. Now go and check the appointment of those Buhari appointed that will be monitoring the activities of NNPC. Go and check. You will understand the kind of leadership of Muhammadu Buhari. This kind of leadership, a leader whereby we have multi-ethnic groups. The leader must be think of justice, and why in the Western world they think about diversity. They think of a balancing in running the government, and they know that there are some people out there looking for a job. The government has made arrangements for job seeker allowances for their people, a benefit for their people who are unemployed. They are unemployed, so they have program on grant for them. Government helps with housing benefits. Government helps students. Government introduce universal credit, including a housing element that replace housing benefits for their people in the Western world. In the Western world, the government introduce income support. They give their citizens income support. They introduce a benefit for the students, for the council tax. No student is paying council tax. They introduce child benefits for the parents. In the Western world, they introduce care allowances. They introduce student allowances. They introduce community care grants for their people. They introduce crisis loan, interest-free. They introduce disability living allowances. They introduce funeral payments for their people on low income to pay for a family funeral. They introduce pregnancy grants for their people. They introduce income support if you are any low salary. The government introduce income support to support you. The government introduce maternity allowances for the women, pension grants, state pension, widowed parents allowances, weekly allowances for the payment for the parents in the country. So that is why it is very, very hard for a terrorist to operate in the Western world, because the government will get them arrested, because they have a system and they have the management on ground. They have experience and well-paid police. They have well-paid military officers. They have well-paid Air Force officers. They have well-paid Navy officers. Those who are working in the area of security agencies, they are all well-paid, and no corruption is allowed because they have been checked 24 hours. They have agencies that monitoring all the government security agencies. So no gap for corruption. And security is the major area where the government pay much attention to in the Western world. They are paying huge money to ensure that their citizens are protected 24 hours. So that is why they introduce CCTV cameras. CCTV cameras is everywhere and is being powered with 24 hours electricity. So electricity is very important to power CCTV cameras. And all the security agencies are well paid, and they are ready to expose any atrocities. They are ready to work with the government 24 hours. So that is why the Western world, they have a good democratic governance in their system. And each officers are well trained. They understand what leadership is. They understand what management is, and they have told them, they have been instructed to forget about religion, so that the services will reach everybody regardless of your religion. This kind of system in the Western world, our leaders, they know. They know. Because when Buhari was sick, why he preferred to travel to United Kingdom to receive good treatment? Because he knows that their health sector is not corrupted. They manage their resources well. When Tinubu was sick, he traveled to London. Ayo Fayose is sick. He traveled to London. Abba Kyari, when he's sick, he traveled to London. So many of them. Why they abandoned Nigerian health sector? Why they refuse to build world-class hospital where they will receive this kind of treatment they are receiving in Western world? You will know that they are wicked people, because they have money to build classical hospital in Nigeria. Why? So this kind of discussion we have today, if you think properly and without bias, you will understand that Nigeria have problem. You will understand nothing is working. Nothing is working. Nothing is working. And we said we have 2.8 million barrels per day. We said we have, Nigerian government gets about $500 million per day from the money that generates Nigerian generates from crude oil. We have other resources that generate huge money for Nigerians. When you check the money Nigerian custom generates for Nigeria is a huge money. When you check the money Nigeria immigration generates every day for Nigeria, you will know that we have money. When you check federal inland revenue fires, go and check the money they are getting from the foreign companies paying tax. You will understand that Nigeria is not a poor country. When you understand that it is only Nigeria that have gas after Russia in the whole world, the largest gas producer in the whole world after Russia is Nigeria. It's Nigeria. Then what caused poverty? Why Nigerians are everywhere, in America, in London, in Dubai, in Saudi Arabia, in Kuwait, in Japan, in China, in Russia, in Canada? What are they looking for? Many of Nigerians abroad, they traveled purposely, some to survive, some because of the security. Because when they see that Nigeria lacks security and their life is in danger, so they left Nigeria. Not all of Nigerians living abroad living because of money. No, not all of them. The best doctor in the UK is Nigeria. The best doctor in Saudi Arabia is Nigerian. Go and check. We have many the best Nigerians in the United States of America, in different area. Okay, why they refuse to return back to Nigeria and serve their country? If you ask them, the first thing they will say is lack of security in Nigeria. Lack of security in Nigeria makes them remain in the country where security is available to them 24 hours. And Nigeria is losing money. Nigeria is losing human capital. I swear with Almighty God, when any president in Nigeria is elected and solve the problem of electricity and solve the problem of security and solve the problem of economy, you will be surprised. You will be very surprised how Nigerians will storm Nigeria to serve their fatherland. I know many people. I know many credible people, prominent people, as I speak, I myself, that we have conducted interviews with them. So I know what I'm talking about. We have seen many people in the government working with governments in different Western world, that what God gives to them could have been useful for their country, and they are using it for Western countries where they have security. So Nigerian government must work on this. Nigerian government must take a radical action on security. I'm not talking to Buhari anymore, because Buhari have no idea anymore the solution on security. No, Buhari has no idea anymore. But I'm giving the next coming Nigerian president, the Nigerian next president, this advice: anyone who become Nigerian president 2023 must firstly work on security. There are many investors that they have left Nigeria, if you don't know. Why? The reason why many investors left Nigeria, some left because of security. Some left when Buhari introduced TSA, Treasury allowances, Treasury security allowances. And many investors, foreign investors, they withdrew their dollars from Nigerian bank. They withdrew all their money from domiciliary accounts in Nigeria. That is why the naira fell. And the rates went up. That was when Buhari first introduced TSA. That is why that time $1 was about 200. Then Buhari continued to stop importation of many goods that coming from US, and it closed our border. So then the naira become devalued. So the naira has been devalued. So gradually it went up to $1 400, $1 to 550 to 600. Now when you have $1 to Nigerian rates now is about 700, and £1 is about 770. £1 to £1 to naira, so it's about 750. So if you want to know a country where they have a good economy, just take their currency and convert it into naira. You will understand how Nigerian economy bad it is. The economy is bad, because if the economy is not bad, how could £1 becomes 750? Before it was £1 to 1 naira is $1 before. When you have $1, you have 1 naira before. So why naira become devalued is the system of the running of economy. When Babangida introduced SAP, Structure Advancement Program, SAP, so Nigerians warned Babangida, he refused. So his intention, Babangida's intention that time was to fight against corruption. We have 5 Nigerian leaders who have intention to fight against corruption, but they failed due to their insincerity. Shagari, then Abacha, Obasanjo established EFCC with intention to fight against corruption in Nigeria. To our surprise, Obasanjo himself stole money, and no Ribadu cannot arrest him because he's a president. Obasanjo stole $16 billion He said he used the money to fix Nigeria electricity. So where is the light? So all the money, Sani Abacha, they say Sani Abacha looted money. Western world, they have returned all the Abacha's loot to the Nigerian government. Nigerian government could not publish what they used the money for till today. They have returned Abacha's loot during Abubakar Absalam. Then when Obasanjo came, they returned a lot of money, more than $1 billion, because 2003, 2002, 2005, they returned Abacha's loot. No accountability. When Obasanjo left, they returned some during Jonathan. Jonathan could not give Nigerians what they used the money for. And this present administration, Buhari, they have returned more than $800 million from Abacha's loot. So that is why Buhari said Abacha did not loot Nigerian money. He said Abacha is a good person, he never looted. So, and the money they have returned from Abacha's loot, part of them, they used the money for election, for Buhari's election 2019. That is when they sent a pavilion van carried money to Tinubu's house during the 2019 election. The journalist questioned Tinubu. He said is the money belongs to him. The money is his own private money from central bank to pavilion van. So these are the people that we are trying to bring back to lead us. It is very, very sad. Very, very, very sad. The truth is bitter. Some people may not like what we are discussing here. But if you are a good Nigerian, either you are living in Nigeria or you are living elsewhere, one day, the generation will question you people that you are running activities of Nigeria today. If you are a good Nigerian, you must, and you have good intention, and you want Nigeria to be a country for a human being to live. Why Nnamdi Kanu said Nigeria is a zoo? That is, we all know that a zoo is where animals live. Because he have seen that our leaders continued the same problem the past leader created. No one is ready to solve the problem. So if you are a good Nigeria, you will know that the situation on ground is affecting all Nigerians generally. Even it's affecting them as well. Because the kidnappers, the terrorists, they have killed many of their people. Ali Modu Sharif's brother was killed by terrorists, by the Boko Haram in Borno. Go and check. Okay, for terrorists to have the courage to send message to the president that he will be abducted and they have killed about 6 soldiers among the official guards of the prophet and of the president, to kill some of the soldiers convoy. You will know that Nigeria is in problem. So if you know that you are a good Nigeria, you must think about this problem. Then what are the solutions? What are the solutions to this problem? We are not here to discuss about religion today. We are discussing about security in Nigeria. And what caused the security challenges? The answer is, I have given answer in my discussion, that mismanagement of Nigerian resources. When we are talking about resources, we have crude oil, we have cocoa, we have ceramic, we have many crops, we have timber, we have gold. There's no state in Nigeria that doesn't have mineral resources, more than 20. Okay, then we have many professors, we have many geologists, we have many economists, we have many lawyers, we have many journalists, we have many philosophers, we have many academicians. Okay, what is the benefit of all these people? Their knowledge is expected to transform a meaningful development to the country. So why nothing is working? It means something is wrong with the education in Nigeria. It means something is wrong with our economy in Nigeria. It means something is wrong with our power sector in Nigeria. It means something is wrong with the quality life of citizens in Nigeria. It means something has wrong with the quality leadership in our country. If not, so we won't be here to discuss problem. Have you ever seen me coming on here to discuss that, oh, no electricity in London? No, you can't see that. Have you ever seen me coming to discuss about security in Britain? No, because they have it. They have 24-hour security. Their economy is very, very powerful. And they are our leader. They are the ones that colonized Nigeria. And many of Nigerians are coming to Britain, travel to US. When they travel, they will just stay in a hotel, sleeping with different women, go for shopping, and return back home. That is the end. Instead of them to look for, if you are a minister of communication and you are in Britain, instead of them to arrange a meeting, special meeting to meet the minister of communication in Britain, to have meeting with him, to ask him what is the secret of his ministry, so that when he return back, he will apply it to solve the problem of communication in Nigeria. No, they will just stay in hotel, look for a woman to sleep with, and the money they bring from Nigeria, they will lavish the money and go back. So that is when you will know that Nigeria doesn't have a sensible leaders, a credible leaders. How do they become leader? I have said it in this discussion. Some become leader through the rigged election, some by elected because of the godfathers, some by accidents. We have to think about this, because all the problem Nigeria have is created by Nigerians. Don't expect foreigners to come and solve the problem for you. It is a good discussion. It is a good discussion, and we have to assess ourselves and assess the country. In Britain, I never see any politician promising the citizen that if you vote for me, I will fix electricity. No, electricity is already there. There is nothing you can do about electricity, because no politician can lie or deceive citizens that he will fix economy. So economy is already good. No politician will come and say and deceive people and giving them rice or money so that they will vote for them. Nothing like that in Western world. It is only in Nigeria where they have been lying to their people since 1963 to today, that if you vote for me, I will fix Nigerian electricity, I'll provide good water, all this insurgency, we will solve it. We solve the problem of terrorists. Buhari said it. Jonathan said it. The problem remains. Buhari can never and cannot solve the problem of insecurity in Nigeria because he will leave next year, May. And incoming, whoever wins the election also will promise Nigerians that they will solve the problem of terrorists. They have been saying it. When the campaign time comes now, you will see them. Go and check when Nigerian politicians, when they are campaigning, during the campaign, they will say that they will fix Nigerian electricity. So it's no more news. They will tell us that they will fix this power sector, 24 hours lights. They will fix it. They will fix economy. They will solve the poverty. They will solve the problem of poverty. They will empower youth and give elders money every month. Buhari said it. Buhari promised Nigerians 81 different things. We have the record that it will provide for Nigeria. Go and check. They said they will introduce child benefits. If you check all what we have said, you will see that all the political parties in Nigeria, that is the system they use to campaign. I'm not talking particularly about any particular political party. All of them, that is what they do. So is there any solution? Is there any solution to these problems that we have discussed? I have said it. If you say, we will stop voting for them, you are deceiving yourself. It's not your vote that counts bringing them to power. many of them were brought to the power through the rigged elections. Either you vote for them or you don't vote for them. Any candidate that Buhari is interested in him will become Nigeria's next president, because they have to rig the election for him. If not, if they rely on votes, you will see that none of them. There's no way Tinubu cannot win 2023 election unless Buhari rigged that election for him. Why? Because Christian Association of Nigeria, they will never vote for Muslim ticket. And there are some other issues which I cannot discuss here. If Buhari is not interested in him, it's just deceiving him, he will not win. If Buhari is interested in Atiku, you'll be surprised that Atiku will win. They will declare him winner. Either you vote for him or not, they will declare him winner. If Buhari is interested in Peter Obi, you will be surprised that they will declare Peter Obi winner. Is the candidate the incumbent president is interested in? That is the system. That is the system. But anyone that may become president must work on electricity, must work on security, must work on economy, must work on quality life of citizens, and must work on education. So that is when Nigeria will be happy that they have a credible leader. This is where I will end today's program. This is where we end today's program until another time when we bring another topic. Share this program and think about it. Think about it. This is where we end today's program. My name remains Dr. Daud Awwal from London. Good night.